Okay. So, last time on D&D, you guys woke up and had a very busy day. You made your way to the cafe just down the street from your house. Then, after a few conversations there, you went with your bird friend to the library. And from the library, you ventured into the university next door. You spoke with two masters there, Brindle and then Darda. And after that, made your way back to the house, and we were going to pick up there. It is now the very early evening. Sun is low on the horizon. Several of the taller buildings already obscuring its view. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I'm under the impression that we were looking at the blood carnival.
I think it's a great idea.
Raven?
That is something that I have some interest in.
But we need to think of it as a strictly academic pursuit.
Why?
Well, Marie told us there's too much blood at the blood carnival. I don't want us to get into a bad situation.
But why academic? I mean, can't we go as just, enjoying a night out?
I mean, if it happens, I won't be angry. But I'm trying to investigate this Mr. Dak McFadden, or I have Mr. Faden, and it looks like McFadden, comma Dak. Dak Faden from where I'm from, who is a planeswalker who died
right.
here, and he apparently stole something from the Rakdos.
Ooh, so are you interested in investigating that instead?
Well,
Because that sounds like it could be very useful.
It also sounds like a really good way to get attacked at a place called a blood carnival if we start asking questions with that name. I do know how much you love to get yourself in situations where you're going to get killed, Harvey.
And I wouldn't consider any of us the best at, being surreptitious about questioning.
Have you met me?
Yes.
Yes, we've known you for several days now.
I mean, I'd be willing to, take a look around myself, but I wouldn't know the right questions to ask. It's not my field.
We could just listen.
Sure. I know nothing about what the blood carnival actually is, so, I mean, it's got to be somewhat appalling with that name.
Have you been to a carnival before?
Yes, but I don't know what a blood carnival is.
In my experience, there's some blood at all of them, so...
Oh, that's true.
Well, I've never been to one,
The
so
vomit.
I'm pretty excited, though.
Have you been to a party before?
A festival?
I guess there were gatherings.
Wait, okay, has Raven ever gotten drunk before? Because...
No.
Because we established last time that she had never had coffee before, right?
Yeah.
Just like tastes bad. Very bad. Okay.
If there is alcohol at this carnival, then, we could have a good time, perhaps.
While listening.
Yes, let's take the person
While listening, yes.
who would like to ask questions about somebody that has stolen things from these people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take them and get them intoxicated
No,
and set them free.
I was thinking that they weren't much of a drinker, but I don't know you very well. Are you a drinker?
On occasion.
But I feel like tonight would not be
That was a
occasion.
very long pause.
I've had a very stressful week. Tonight might be that occasion.
Okay,
Yeah.
your call. Well, since it's getting on, how about we go on out?
Yeah, is Irakai here?
He is not.
Irakai's dead. Damn it.
I mean, you
R.I.P.
can go look outside and see if you see him.
I'm gonna go up to the roof for like 1 second and see if I can see Irakai. I know that he's dead, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'm a little worried about it, because I think Zarek is not going to like that. So I'm gonna like quick scramble upstairs and go up to the roof access.
Okay. You see many things in the sky, some larger winged creatures. Maybe difficult to make out too much. Give me a perception check.
9.
You see some things flying, but none of them seem humanoid.
Oh. Alright.
While you're up on the roof, you hear the front door close, and Raven is down walking outside the house.
Wait, Raven, where are you going? Raven, you'll die. Raven!
First of all, no, I won't. Especially not if you're not coming. Second of all, I'm going to the blood carnival.
I'll remind you, you're up on the 4th floor, above the 4th floor actually, on the roof. Are you guys screaming at one another? Okay.
Joey, this is the second time in 2 weeks that you've told me that I'm too far away from someone to talk to them, and I have been like, no, I'm yelling.
You are not too far away. I just wanted to confirm that you guys are yelling.
We are
we're
yelling.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Oh. Okay, can I join you, please? Because, I will die if we're not together.
I'm
I'm
out
still
the
kind
front
of
door
walking.
and
Scram back down.
following. But I kind of like make sure I can see Raven and see you come out the door before I go too far away.
I'm gonna summon.
Do you
summon
know where
Harvard
you're
and
going?
have him on my shoulder.
Nope. Just walking in a random direction until I figure it out.
Oh wait, no, it's this way. The street performers told me.
I turn and start going that way.
Okay, we'll go that way.
Okay. You guys make your way along the promenade. As you get a little bit further north, you'll see a lot of the larger buildings and apartments give way to smaller buildings. It looks like residential homes and small businesses. And as you make your way to where you can see the large, it actually looks like it's just set up as a canopy, not an entire tent. In the distance, you make your way off the promenade and through smaller streets. You can hear it first. You hear singing and revelry. Someone roll a d10 for me.
Okay. 10.
Okay. You see a large bird overhead. It seems armored. The barding on it is some kind of metal or steel, and you see a soldier riding atop it, and you can see at one of the nearby buildings several soldiers standing atop it in similar armor.
Based on their formation, do they look like they're just watching, or?
Yes, they are not actively on the move.
Okay. Well, I'll point it out to you guys and say, I'm not. Can I tell like if they have an affiliation?
Make a perception check for me.
Oh.
26.
Okay. As the bird swoops overhead and is just it seems around, just keeping an eye on the perimeter, you can see on the top of its beak this faceplate with the symbol of the Boros Legion painted onto it.
Okay. Well, it looks like, they might be, keeping trouble from happening, but it doesn't look they're about to attack or anything. So I actually feel a little safer, even though I don't normally, have a thing for soldiers.
Both of you just be careful. Be on your heels and be ready to fight if we need to.
Don't have to tell me twice.
You might have to tell me twice. I do feel like there's a tension here between bird cops and carnival people that might get out of hand. I think our best plan, if something starts to happen, is to leave.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I have no allegiance to either of these groups.
So we will leave if things go.
I'm not going to fight the doom and gloomers.
Alright. We are on the same page, me and you.
I will not fight unless somebody is in danger that does not belong to either of these groups that needs help.
Okay. That sounds like she's going to fight.
That's on her.
Okay. Buddy system though.
Hmm?
We do not split the party.
There's only 3 of us.
We're all buddies, right?
You can have a group of 3.
Are you okay?
Okay, I feel like we're ready to go.
Sounds like someone's afraid of being a third wheel.
Yeah, I don't care. And I'll walk away.
Let's go in.
This is a tricycle, we're fine.
That's not what a tricycle is.
No.
Is it like a 3-person tandem bike? Is that what you're trying to explain?
No, we are each wheels
Oh.
on a tricycle.
But yeah, you can easily take one of those wheels off and it still works fine.
Listen, bitch. You buy me a tricycle. No, I'll buy you a tricycle. And I'll take
Literally?
one of the wheels off the tricycle and see if you can ride that tricycle.
If you take off the front one, you can just like do wheelies and just, roll down the hill.
You guys are both way overestimating your athletic abilities right now.
Well, not until you try.
That's true.
No, I rolled a 14. I'm pretty sure I do a really good job.
No, Raven could totally
I
ride
would
a
like to
two-wheel
roll for
tricycle.
best.
Theoretically rolling for that. Okay, I'm making my way towards the entrance.
Okay, I'm gonna follow Ramora.
Okay. So there's not so much an entrance as this large top of the tent seems to be erected over several city blocks. As you kind of get under it just at first, the sound of revelry grows louder and louder, and you can see in the distance bits of Ravnican streets are at different elevations, and you can see a large set of stairs that many people seem to be sitting on. The stairway itself looks meant for large traffic. It's probably about 40 feet wide, and you can see people sitting on it like the bleachers of a stage. And there seems to be a lot of activity there, but that's in the distance. You're kind of glancing at between buildings, and as you walk, you can see as swinging from hooks that at first appear to be held in each hand, this skeletal figure, animate, swings overhead, maybe 30 feet above, swinging from building to building, just latching on to open windows or different flagpoles that are sticking out, even clotheslines, and just swinging. It comes off of a clothesline that bounces it, and it kind of does a spin in the air that looks unintentional before hooking on to the roof of one of the shorter buildings and swinging on again. And as it swings, you notice that it's not actually holding these hooks, but they're instead hooked through the bone, hanging out the back end of the hand as it just swings along.
And it's a skeleton.
Yes.
Skeleton.
And you see it, and like by the moment the shock of it just wears off, it's maybe 30 feet away, rounding a corner down another walkway.
Is this typical in the worlds you two are from?
I hate it. I mean, I've heard of undead things, yeah, sure, but I hate looking at it.
Generally, if this kind of celebration is happening, it is not the place that I want to be.
Who's racist now?
Are skeletons a race?
It's still you. It's still you.
Still me. Looking around, what do the people who are here look like? Are they all... Do they have any symbol of, like, the cult of Rakdos, or...
So you're a bit too far away from this area where everyone seems to be watching some kind of performance, and there's no one in these streets. Like, you saw the soldiers before on a rooftop, but the streets themselves are barren and empty.
Oh, I hate that.
All nearby buildings, windows are, for the most part, shut. You see a couple windows that actually look broken in, and all doors closed.
Are there any lights coming from inside?
No.
Okay. And these stairs that you're talking about, do they go up or do they go down into it? Okay.
So you're essentially looking at an area where there's a 50-foot elevation onto another street level, and there's essentially a steep slope of hill. Some of the small bits of grass you've actually seen during your time in Ravnica, but this very wide stairwell also is there.
Okay. I think we should go up.
Yeah, I'm going to go upstairs, but like not fully ascend, just kind of like get a sight over like the top and just kind of see what's up there before I go all the way up.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna go all the way up.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine.
So as you guys walk towards the stairs, you actually walk from the front side of the stage area. As in this small clearing, there are a bunch of people performing. You see scuttle out past you, maybe 10 feet away, a giant rat, probably the size of a small dog, and it kind of hisses at you before you hear its whelp of pain as a large skewer sticks through it, and then that skewer bounces off the ground, and the person at the top of it essentially is pogoing now, and you can see two more rats that are further up this large spike just as they bounce about 30 feet away.
I'm a little sold on this place.
And you can see sitting on the stairs. There's about 30 people really close, just on the front little bit of stairs, and there's a scattering of a few more people all the way up towards the very back.
Do they all look like they're wearing like Rakdos-y clothes, like black and red, from what we understand?
There are a lot of people in tight leather or very lightly dressed, and there are some people in full armor, plate armor, and there are others in dresses, gowns, and fine attire.
What exactly are they doing? Just sitting there?
The ones closest seem overtly engaged with the show. You can see the odd pole vaulting acrobat earning applause from those positioned especially close as he just continues to bounce all around the area nearby. And you see between two buildings opposite the stairs, there are curtains hung between those two buildings, and you see two more rats scurry out from behind those curtains, and the man alters his course, bouncing backwards, upside down, and lands once again, this time with the other end of the staff on that, before bouncing again, his feet just dangling inches off the ground as he pushes and jumps again.
Cool.
Can I go sit next to, not somebody in like the very front, but just somebody in the crowd?
Yeah, there's enough of a, like, no, these stairs clearly weren't built to be stage bleachers, but you can very easily like maneuver a path past the people at the front up towards a higher level. Yes.
Okay. I wanted to sit down next to someone.
Okay. An armored individual or a person in leather?
Armored.
Okay. A man with darker skin. You can see now that you're sitting next to him, his armor is very clean, and the robes underneath display runes, and you recognize within those runes a circular iconography that leads you to understand that he is likely a member of the Azurius Senate.
Uh-oh.
There are too many fantasy cops in this game.
I know.
Sorry.
Everyone's a police officer.
Yeah.
I'll just sit down and say, what is this for?
This is one of the Rakdos carnivals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What is this?
A performance by the cult of Rakdos.
Okay. This has been very helpful.
I'm sorry, are you a member of the cult?
Do I need to be?
No.
No.
What brings you to the performance?
Well, I heard Blood Carnival. I thought it sounded interesting. I like killing things, so thought I'd come, see what's going on.
Oh.
But I'm confused. I don't get it. What's happening?
The cult is putting on a show. I'd recommend staying out of the way. We're here in case it gets out of hand.
What happens when it gets out of hand?
We step in, and within our judiciary...
I mean, like, how does it get out of hand?
Usually through sacrifices or ritual killings as a part of the performance.
And they're allowed to continue doing this?
Well, not after that begins. No, we step in at that point.
I walk away. I guess I go find these guys again.
Where have you guys been?
I've been kind of climbing the stairs, looking around, but seeing what's at the top too.
So you get the impression that like the people at the front fully engaged, almost like manically mesmerized, but even some of the people who seem less affiliated with the cult, based on your understanding, seem like fully captivated by the show, and you hear them even applaud as the bouncing man disappears behind the curtain and then bounces back out, lands on one end, does not vault away though, does a little bow before he pulls himself back, pulling the rod back, and just tips over, and you can see one end still bounce as he falls behind the curtain, and you see the pole not jump, but just like land flat and kind of bounce off the ground.
Yeah, so apparently they do like human sacrifices and stuff here.
Why am I not surprised?
So I kind of feel like we should stick around and maybe make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, more importantly, make sure that doesn't happen to us.
It's kind of not our problem, really.
It sounds to me like people of this city are, allowing this to go on repeatedly.
I mean,
So you just let an innocent person die because you'd rather not deal with it?
I don't think we can stop a whole guild from, carrying out its wishes.
crime is kind of part of life in a city. Like, people die all the time. You can't get involved with everything.
There's too much.
I'm keeping an eye out for the person that I saw in that vision I had the other day, who had like leather pants and like a spiky cage on his head, super sexual, super hot. But there's also a short person with a mandolin. So if anyone fits
Well,
the
at the
description.
end of that vision, the mandolin was handed over to
Yeah.
the other.
Yeah.
individual.
Or looking for a mandolin.
Okay. I mean, there is a small band that comes out following the other person disappearing behind, and that pole stayed on the ground, just barely sticking out from behind the curtain for like several minutes as these people shuffled past, and you see the group of performers begin to play, and it seems calmer than the previous performance until your eyes are drawn upward and you see several individuals actually dressed like the giddy man, all with cages built around their head, walking on what look like spiked chains in their bare feet that have been hung between various buildings.
That is not sanitary.
Ugh, oh my god, I didn't tell you guys in
What?
character about what I saw in my vision.
No, you didn't.
Oh no. Is anyone playing a mandolin?
So it looks like a full band. I mean, give me a perception check.
15?
Okay, so a couple of things. No one looks like the individual that you saw get handed the mandolin. There is a mandolin, there's actually 3 of them as a part of the performance.
Do they look like the same, like, make and model?
No, these look very rudimentary, just mandolins.
Okay, so we're good. I'm just a little creeped out. I hate this.
Are you interested in the music? You've been staring at it.
I mean, it's entertaining.
I mean, I feel like that's a little more interesting. Going up there.
Are their feet like bleeding? Do they
Yeah,
seem like
are they
are they
dripping
like
blood?
prisoners, like being forced to do this as entertainment?
Give me a perception check.
Don't
Roll
say
for
yes.
blood.
Don't say yes.
18.
Oh boy.
Okay, that means I get to answer both your questions. Yes, you do see bits of blood dripping from them as they walk. However, they all have faces of glee. They seem ecstatic, and they seem to be playing up to the crowd at some point. One of them turns, standing now facing the crowd, not walking on a straight path, but I guess facing perpendicular to the path they were walking to face the crowd, leaving them very perilously balanced back and forth on their chain as they kind of raise their hands to inspire the crowd, and everyone gives a big cheer before they turn and continue on their path. And then you see another one a little bit further away. Wobble, wobble, and fall.
Can I run and try and catch them?
They are like very far away. Like I
Oh.
said, these chains are strung between buildings, and where they're falling is even out of view. 150 feet away.
Oh, fuck. What's the crowd's reaction?
Big cheer. Like there's some gas from people back near you, but the crowd at the front is on their feet clapping.
Do I notice what people are clapping about?
So enough attention is drawn to people pointing at a now empty chain.
Yeah, and I've like stood up very quickly.
Oh. What is it? What do you see?
A person, they just fell.
Oh.
Should we go help?
It sounds like people in that's kind of what people like here. I don't know. This is really weird.
I don't like this world.
No, me neither.
I'm going to go see if I can find the person, and I'll start running over in that
Do
direction.
you know what you're looking for?
No, I was hoping there'd be a little bit more conversation here, but it seems more like a performance, just like kind of a closed,
Perhaps we can find like, I don't know, a central hub or something?
So are you gonna head back down the front of the path, back past the front of the crowd and near the performance, or are you gonna try to circle around through the back in some way?
You'll probably just take the most direct route to where I think that the fallen person would be.
Okay, so back through the front. Are you guys going as well, or hanging back in the crowd?
I think that Harlan was invested in this conversation talking to Remora and then notices that Raven is gone and is like,
Blinking
oh shit.
outline.
Oh shit.
I told you all I was gonna.
Don't split the party. Don't split the party.
I
Yeah,
told
we
you.
weren't
I said
listening to
I'm
you.
gonna go.
Okay, I'm gonna go after.
We scramble
her.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 more blinking outlines. Actually, as I go, can I like glance up at the performers and see if I can tell if they seem as though they're under the influence of like an enchantment?
So unfortunately, they are now gone, as they've all reached their, well, a destination.
Oh, no.
And now 2 goblins have come out onto this stage carrying a large piece of wood that they stand at either end of and then prop up, creating a partition just about 6 feet tall. And they both at their side have giant clubs with one large spike sticking through it, almost like a nail. And they walk up and both hold a hand out to the same member of the audience. And that member of the audience quickly like stands and grabs their hand, and one of them leads them behind the partition. And then the goblins step out back in front of the partition and make a big showing of their hands being empty
I don't want to see the end of this.
before they step back behind the partition. And then you guys are off, right?
Yep, we're gone.
Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, I kind of slow a bit and watch.
I
'Cause
don't.
I'm curious.
You hear a loud shriek, and then it seems almost like caught in revelry and pain at the same time. And then you see stepping out from either end of the partition, one of the goblins holding something, and they walk to 2 opposite buildings and attach whatever it is they're holding. That had been dragging on the ground behind them, but is now taut, about 20 feet long, and they're attaching it to planks attached to ropes that a large ogre steps out from behind the curtain and starts to pull on these ropes, raising the platforms into the air. And this odd, squidgy, 20-foot long rope.
Can I
that
tell
they
what
have
it
Ew,
is?
it's
shook-
Can I
intestines.
try to tell what it is?
Sure.
What am I doing?
I'll make it a perception check.
Monroe
on
dropped their
sight.
party at.
Good God. Party over. Jesus.
What kind of sick monster makes this up,
17.
Joseph?
It is exactly what you think it is.
Harlan? Harlan?
And,
I'm gone. Harlan's gone.
No, I'm running after you.
And you see someone else climb out of one of the nearby buildings onto the platform, and they begin to walk across the tightrope as
Okay.
you guys are
Harlan, we need to go.
I was under the impression that we were leaving.
Okay, but we need to go.
And just you say that just as you see Raven in front of you round a corner that is not in the direction out, but instead towards the area behind the curtain.
Shit.
Not
go,
directly
go get her.
behind,
Raven.
but definitely circling around that way.
Raven.
And I run around the corner.
I would like to be stealthy if I'm like approaching a like place where the performers
Oh, okay, well, I
are.
bump into you.
Okay,
So-
give me a stealth check.
So, my bird is faster than me. Can
8.
it catch up with Raven easily?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do
8.
that.
Okay. So you like slow down for a moment to peek around a building to make sure like you're not gonna be seen by anything, just as a bird like comes up and
I turn around. Do I see Harlan?
you see Harlan and Remora both chasing behind.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I shut up.
Raven, we need to go.
I have to check on this person. Do I see them?
You look and you see a person, well, what
Kind of a
was
person.
Wow.
Yeah, they fell at least 50, 60 feet. Splattered across the ground, the blood even reaching nearby buildings 5-10 feet away, and you see a woman standing in what looks like an oversized hamster wheel. It's kind of tilted, and she's holding one of the 2 top bars in her left hand as it's leaning to his side, and she's just looking. That was fantastic. He got just what he wanted. And you see a couple of other performers, one of whom is walking forward with big daggers hanging between his fingers, just dangling there. And everyone give me a perception check, not based on sight.
It's a smell perception check.
18.
6. I'm kind of like grabbing Remora's
19.
arm, like we gotta go.
Okay. Remora and Raven, you guys hear this cackling from nearby, and you look up, and hanging off the balcony of 2 nearby buildings, you see these tiny demonic creatures watching and just giggling to themselves.
I'm gonna kind of like tug on Raven's arm, like, come on.
I'll just nod and head back. Trying to be
Yeah.
sneaky again.
Harlan, you now hear the laughing as well, as the 2 small impish creatures you saw are now pointing in your direction.
No!
As these individuals are laughing, everyone else kind of turns and looks in your direction. Oh, Keaton, we got some more! And you see her like let go with her left hand and kind of push the large hamster wheel down, which it's odd because it's moving the wrong direction if it was going to fully like cover her. Instead, it hits the ground on the other side, and as it bounces the other way, she kind of plants her feet on top of it and rolls on top of it as it just starts to spin on its own, fire kicking up in its dust, and she is running atop it, pulling out a staff that begins to light at both ends
So
as
cool,
well.
but jeez, we need to get out of
The
here.
other performers follow behind her.
Okay.
Can I get everyone to roll initiative for me?
Yes, you can.
So I want you to know that Raven has a bird on her shoulder and can do what she will with it.
It's on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. Then throughout this whole battle, my free action is going to be to try and get it off me.
Just hides under your hair, on the back of your neck.
Does Raven understand that Harvard is a familiar, or
Likely
does she
not,
think
no.
that it's just my pet?
It's just your pet.
Okay, but
It's
she
a
has seen it
stupid
like
pet trying-
materialize and disappear.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're a weird magic person from another world. We're at a blood carnival. This place is weird.
I'm just an alien. Oh my god.
Okay, that's art. Yeah, that is art. Looks like a metal album. Especially the guy in the top.
That is a good visual description for the art direction for Rakdos.
Okay, I'm sold.
I want to
join
take
up?
Hamster Girl home with us.
Raven, you see all these performers start to walk up towards you laughing. One of them is holding a large chain. It looks like one of the chain walkers from earlier. The other 2 have these large blades held in their hands.
Like, they look threatening, right?
Yes.
Like, we're in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna come try and kill me.
Yes. The lady who is now atop the flaming wheel cackles out, "More volunteers!"
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just don't want this to be a situation where I'm like, I'm gonna go kill them, but then they're like, oh, we're just trying to say hey, join our cult. Okay, then I'll turn around. What's
These
my
guys
thing?
are holding chains and blades and walking towards you
Let me
menacingly.
rephrase. To you, it appears threatening.
They might be trying it.
Okay, I'll attack this person.
Okay, so you run up to one of the performers and just draw your
Just
blade.
swipe.
Okay, perfect.
10.
That is going to miss.
Of course it is. Well, can I
As
do
he just
anything
kind of
now?
dances around your swing, almost playfully.
Hey, wait, how many superiority dice do I have?
4.
Oh, 4 per. Okay. Can I do the spend 1 and do the fainting attack?
That's before the attack.
Oh, I have to do that before.
Mhm.
Okay, then never mind.
So that one, as well as the others, are gonna move up on you
Great.
and just swing at you.
Glad I painted this raven mini just in time for me to die.
Actually, this one isn't gonna move up on you. I lied.
Joey
He
does
is
have a
going to-
heart.
He's going to hang back and instead throw one of his daggers.
Oh,
at
okay,
you.
okay.
How much better?
He got a 18 to hit you,
Yeah.
so I need you to take
Where's my...
4 points of piercing damage.
I'm dead.
The one directly in front of you is also gonna just like reach out at you with one of these blades that it didn't seem, you weren't able to get a good look at it before, but this blade just seems to be the blade. There's no hilt that he's holding on to.
What a
You see
fucking
blood
freak.
dripping from his hands. He just reaches out and
Does he
slashes
take
at you.
damage every turn?
Stuff happens for sure. I need you to take
Did he hit?
a critical hit.
Oh, good.
I need you to take 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, what's 23 minus 6?
17.
Thank you.
And then the one with the chain just kind of like wheels around with a big stomp, swings the chain overhead, and just easily misses you. Just the chain rattles on the ground behind you. You hear it's landing, finding yourself not quite surrounded, but definitely threats on all sides.
Free action. Get this fucking bird off my shoulder.
This wheel is going to kick into overdrive, spin around, fire spurting out all around it as Rosa.
Hi. I like your trick.
Welcome to the carnival! As she wheels around and her staff she holds and bends in the middle to where it's in this V shape and fire comes shooting off of both ends of it towards you
Okay.
guys. Can I get both of you to make dexterity saving throws for me?
15.
9.
Okay. Harlan, I need you to take 6 points of fire damage. Remora, half of that.
I'm gonna need that enemy to make a dex save.
Ooh, why?
Because I am using Wrath of the Storm. My
Why do you have cool shit already? We're fucking level 3.
I'm sorry.
I've got cool shit.
And that's not just weapon attacks, right? That's all attacks?
Within 5 feet of me.
Okay, cool. What kind of save did you say?
Dex.
Blade with holes in it.
Okay. Okay, so it's half. Alright, yeah. So, as soon as the flames hit me, there's kind of like an explosion of lightning that just like shoots out towards the enemy, and it kind of like goes around the enemy because it doesn't full damage, but it does some.
Yeah, some of it just seems naturally drawn to her big wheel as it just deflects, sending sparks flying off in different directions.
Half round down.
Yep.
That's 4.
Okay. Ouchie wouchie!
Ouchie, ouchie.
Oh my god.
Remora, that brings us to your turn.
Okay. I draw my falchion in my main hands and a dagger in my left, and then I'm going to attack, and then bonus action, left hand attack. Oh boy, that's just not going to hit, is it? It's a 7.
That is going to miss.
And then the second attack will be a 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. 1 damage.
He's like, wow, it went from 200 to 199.
And then I'm going to cast Healing Word on Raven.
It uses your bonus action to do that.
Oh, that's
second
right.
time.
That's a bonus action.
But you just swing twice, cutting into her side on the second one, just above the hip, and she just continues to spin and run, almost dancing on top of this ever-spinning, flame-spitting wheel. Bringing us to the Cackle Boys.
Is that their official name?
No. And they just jump towards you, Remora and Harlan. No leaving the carnival! No leaving! No leaving!
I really want to.
I really do.
Well, that is a 12 to hit Remora,
No.
as one of them just reaches out and tries to claw into you. Harlan, one of them reaches down and tries to bite at your leg. Got a 9. Unfortunate. Bringing us to Harlan,
What's
as
that face?
these tiny, essentially like toddler-sized demonic creatures are just gnawing and reaching out and trying to scratch at you.
God, I hate it so bad. Remora, did you hit the wheel lady?
Barely, but yes.
Okay.
Just kind of like nicked her with my dagger.
I am going to cast a spell. Surprise, surprise. So Harlan is going to pull out their little rock and like draw like 3 circles interlocking in the air. And they are casting Phantasmal Force, which
Ooh.
will not affect this character or this creature if they are undead. Is this lady undead?
No.
Okay, cool. She needs to make an intelligence saving throw. DC 13.
She got a 12.
Whew!
Oh!
Dope.
Okay, so she sees this cool thing. So as I like do my little spell, she's gonna see this like little like white bunny like run up the front of her wheel, and as it does, it like trails like ice behind it, and it's like making her wheel like stop flaming or whatever, and then like go up around her and like wrap around her and try to like get around her feet and stuff, and maybe do some ice cold damage to her.
Okay. So this frosty bunny just hops up between the different connecting rods of the wheel, just bouncing up. Of course, all only to her vision.
Yeah.
Does it affect her now or at the start of her turn?
Each round on my turn, the phantasm
Okay.
can deal with 6. So it's 5 damage this time. Psychic.
She just looks down at the little bunny. Oh, so cute. Let me stab it. Let me stab it.
That's about right.
What a creep.
Bringing us to Raven and the other performers.
Okay, so this one here with the chain. So I have my sword up. I'm gonna like use fainting attack. I'm gonna like act like I'm dropping it, pick it up, and then bring it up, like into like its face. So I get advantage. Dope. Natural 20.
Okay.
Yes.
Justice.
Yay! Okay. Wow, I haven't, hit for a while, so it's good to, I need to actually read what my damage is again. Got 7 slashing. And you have advantage if that attack hits at the superiority die to the attack's damage roll.
Your superiority die are D8, so you'll have to roll an extra D8.
Okay. So 7 plus 6. So.
Whoa.
Oh, and then I double
Roll
Okay.
those dice a second time for a critical.
just these two.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's 4.
Okay.
17.
You kind of, as he goes to raise the chain once more, you kind of raise your sword with it before swirling around, going under, and just slicing him across the chest, and he goes flying backwards. Hits the ground, an eruption of blood from his chest as he lands there unmoving. Cool.
Okay. With that, I'll spin my sword around again and then look at this guy and be like, "You're right. Well, it was kind of fun."
The chain boy, since he goes at the same time as you, is still going to get to attack you, but he only got an 11, so he's going to miss you.
It's because I was splitting his face in half when it was happening.
Yes. The other one next to you is going to swing at you again with its blade. A 13 to hit you.
Nope.
And then the other one's going to throw another dagger at you. A 15 to hit you.
Nope.
Okay. That finishes off the performers' turns, bringing us to the flame wheel. As she looks at the two of you, she is going to...
She's gonna attack my cute bunny and fail because it's so fast. It's such a fast little friend.
Is there an investigation DC attached to
I believe it's investigation versus my spell DC, which is 13. The target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check against your spell
She's going to
DC.
do so by pulling her staff around and just trying to jam the flaming end of it into the bunny, which she's going to fail at because she's not the smartest. She's rolled close each time, but just...
She is in a death cult, so...
And then, as the bunny disappears behind, she's going to wheel around and just swing wildly with the other end of the staff towards Harlan. And she gets a 14 to hit you.
Yeah.
I need
I'm a
you-
wizard.
I need you to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
How we doing?
Is Phantasmal Force concentration?
Yes.
Oh no.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no. Yes?
No!
No?
Harlan's a shitty wizard. They would not win anything, ever.
Wizard.
Shitty wizard. Welcome to Shitty Wizard 101, starring Harlan.
Ah, I gotcha! Now where'd that bunny go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
And then she spends her entire next turn looking for the bunny.
Yes.
And As she's shouting, "Where did it go?" and she kind of lifts one foot and kicks it against the wheel and spins herself back there.
Opportunity attack?
Nope. She definitely just kicks and rolls faster than you're able to respond. But, Remora, that does bring us to your turn.
Well, as I see her speeding away, I am going to cast Shatter on her location.
Oof, oof, oof. Okay.
Okay, so that is...
What are all these things that you're doing that I've never heard of in my life?
Well, that's a,
What kind of save is Shatter?
that is...
The fuck?
Katie, you would know if you'd ever played a cleric.
That's a Constitution save.
That's why I'm like, what are you fucking talking about?
Constitution save? Okay. She's hit with, I think, every attack, but she has failed every save.
Okay.
Because she got an 8.
Alright, perfect. That would be 3d8. As you hear just like literally a crack of thunder out of nowhere right on her location. Ooh, nice. That's 15 thunder damage. And then, that's not everything. Spell books are fun. A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes a damage. Does that include the wheel?
Yes. And it is definitely not being worn or carried because she is no longer in contact with it. As the sound explodes out, she kind of like shudders off of it, kicking back several feet, and she lands on the ground with a thud, her body skidding across the ground.
Cool. Yeah, I'm done.
Leading us to the Cackly boys.
Which ones? All these boys are cackling.
Cackly. That's what they sound like.
Each of them is, now that they're right next to you, gonna pull on a bit of spiked chain between their hands and just kind of try to rack them against you, almost like an odd sideways jump rope motion. Remora, a 17 to hit you.
Yes.
I need you to take 5 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
Harlan, an 11 to hit your armor class.
No.
Okay.
Yeet.
And as the chain hits me, I grip onto it and just charge it with electricity that goes
Okay.
through it. So dex save.
Ooh, probably made it. 19.
Yep. Oh.
So I guess she did make her one dex.
That's only 2 damage.
Okay. As it like hits into you, the electricity runs down the chain, and it just kind of like tries to shake it off, but some of it still makes contact. You can see it rolling up. Is kind of like, it looks almost like a peeled inferno, like the way burnt wood would look.
Yeah.
Harlan, that brings us to your turn.
Harlan didn't read their spells, so they suck. Oh god. We are running, right? And they are gonna cast Mage Armor on themselves, which makes their AC better, and then they are going to walk 20 feet away from everything that's going on right now, because they're not enjoying it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Did you say only 20?
Yeah.
Okay. It does get an attack of opportunity against you as you walk away.
If this is what does it to
You
me.
got a 6.
Okay.
And I'm like, seriously, Harlan?
We're leaving, right?
Yeah, but we're surrounded.
We are not. We
Okay.
can leave.
Finish what you start.
On to Raven.
And in the behind you, you can hear the cackling starting to grow louder and louder, and it doesn't even seem sourced at this point. It just seems omnipresent.
Oh, this ain't
cackling
good.
noise.
What weird pocket of Joey's imagination is this? Like, what dark Joey?
A really
thinks
fucked
is
up
this?
one.
To Raven's turn.
Something awesome.
I hate it.
I think it's great.
Okay, I would
I love
like
it.
to, just this guy in front of me. I want to like spin around and then like slice down on him.
Okay.
But I have an idea, but we gotta see if I hit first.
You will make this attack with advantage.
Will I?
Yep. He, for some reason, he doesn't seem to be paying attention to you
Okay.
for a brief moment.
Well, it was a natural 18.
Okay, so plus a bonus. That'll
Okay,
hit.
I'm also doing another superiority die because, hell yeah, these are cool. And I'm doing a trip attack. So when I spin and I bring the blade across, like a second later, I'm also like crouching and spinning and tripping trying to trip him, like wipe his teeth out from
You
under
essentially
him.
slice across and then sweep the leg right afterwards.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that the momentum from one leads into the other. Very cool.
So he has to make a strength save, but first I'll go ahead and, I guess, do my damage.
13.
Oh, shit. That's my save DC. Alright,
Okay.
so I get an extra D8.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Raven's over here doing all this cool shit and neither of us are even seeing any of it.
I did some cool shit.
So that's
we
regular.
You
did some cool shit,
5
too.
plus 3, so 8
But
plus
I couldn't
7.
see the rabbits, so I didn't know.
No one could see. I just looked like I was
8
waving. my
plus
hand.
7.
I just saw the
Okay.
woman just like stabbing her like, huh?
So you hit your blade into him and drop down, kicking at his leg. He stays standing but for a moment before collapsing as, again, just a gusher of blood. And the other one you turn to like kind of prepare, understanding that there's probably daggers behind, and you see instead just looking around, hands raised as if in prayer to some invisible force you can't see.
Okay, well then, I guess if he's distracted and Harlan's running, I'll just...
Running up to be right next to Remora and
Yeah.
one of the small demon creatures.
Yeah.
Very cool. Remora, that brings us to your turn.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, okay, that works. I'm just gonna attack the one right next to me.
Okay.
The first attack will be a 11.
An 11 will unfortunately miss.
Okay, and then the dagger is not gonna hit. And then,
Oh, sorry. Actually, both those attacks also have advantage. It is not paying much attention to you.
oh, okay. Well, the first attack, second roll is a 22.
Okay, that'll hit.
That'll work. And then 6 damage.
Okay.
And then the second attack is also a 22. 3 damage.
So you slice into it once, and little bits of cinders kind of like pop off and start to flake away. As it turns back towards you, you stab into it with your dagger, and it collapses in a pile of ash.
Okay, and then I'm gonna run up behind Harlan, but then put my back to Harlan and kind of like defend from any oncomers.
Cool.
Kind of moving backwards behind you.
Aww.
Okay, it's time to get out of here. I don't know what they're doing.
Harlan, what would you like to do?
Well, I see Raven. Does Raven coming towards us as though she is coming to join us to run?
I mean, I moved like 30 feet in your direction.
But, like, when I look at Raven right now, does she look like she's turning around to fight those guys, or is she...
Wait, did you get an opportunity attack against the guy that walked right
No,
past
it
you?
went
No.
around me.
Oh, okay.
It took the most direct path, which would be a diagonal that does not
Okay.
directly. Yeah.
Like, Harlan is looking over their shoulder like, we fucking doing this thing?
Essentially, the question is, are you facing Harlan or more, or are you facing the people behind you?
Well, I was facing the little thing that turned into ash. So I guess after that, I would have my back to them, but on my turn, I would be backing up kind of the same way Remora is.
And I'm gonna gesture for Harlan to keep moving, but I'm gonna stay stationary for now.
Harlan is going to bolt.
Oh, okay, bye.
Like dash, like extra distance?
Like, later, bitches, let's go.
Okay.
Like later, bitches.
Raven, that brings us to you.
I'll do the same.
Okay. You guys can hear this booming voice just behind you. It sounds like it's coming from the collapsed wheel and the figure that was on it, but it also sounds like it's echoing all around, and you don't see anyone speaking as you hear, "No, I'm not done with you yet. Rise, become Havoc." And the collapsed figure unnaturally rises to a standing position, a large twisted grin stretching across her face, and suddenly a wave of fire rushes out all around her.
Oh, okay.
You are outside of that area. The remaining performer and imp are not,
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Poor guys.
and you see no sign of them after the fire.
Okay.
Well, that would have wiped you
That
out,
probably would
Harlan.
have.
And
Anything could wipe Harlan out.
that same wave of
I'd
fire seems
sneeze
to
and you-
propel her immediately up as she tears through the canopy tent cover, and you can see the flaming figure arrive in the air mere feet away from some creature that had been flying there, some large behemoth of a creature, and you see that creature essentially split in two as it makes contact and begin to fall in two flaming piles.
Okay, on seeing that, I give a rather undignified squeal and turn and dash after you guys.
Okay.
Going.
Which way are you guys going?
Home.
So back south, essentially, the way you guys had
Back
taken
down
to
the
get in.
stairs, back out the way we came.
I mean,
Well, you never climbed the stairs,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
I think, like, we could hear laughing coming from, like, all different areas. Is there, like...
That has now subsided.
Okay. Then the most direct path out of from underneath the tent, right? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if we're far away from home as long as we're out of this.
Yeah.
Since you guys have circled around, you'd probably be closest to like the eastern end of the tent. Yeah. So that's your choice, whether you want to head that direction or you want to head back kind of the way you'd come in.
If Harlan is leading, which it sounds like they are, they're just going to go out the east side.
Okay.
Alright, I'm
Sure.
following.
Okay. You'll come to an area where there is a perimeter of soldiers dressed in what looks like flexible wooden plate armor. And you can see small areas where performers and audience members alike have been kind of like herded into a small area where they're being talked to one at a time. You can see them being pulled over, and as soon as like you become visible at the outside because you were just running fast as you can, you see a large elephant-headed humanoid creature, probably standing 8 feet tall, motion towards you and wave towards the large crowd.
I sheathe my weapons as soon as I see them. Just trying to appear like I'm not going to attack, run at them and attack. And, they're sort of like forming a wall, like there's no getting out of here.
Yes, the wall is made up of a bunch of these soldiers in plate armor, but then you can see in trees growing behind them, there are these humanoid figures that seem to have leaves for hair, and as you get a better look at them, their flesh itself seems wooden in nature. You also see giant wolves with soldiers riding atop them.
How do you want to play this? I don't want to be in that crowd,
And
but
those speaking with the group are a four-legged creature,
Cool.
seemingly half horse, half man, a centaur.
I thought you were like going to go around Centaur and like be too cool to say it. I think
I'll put my weapon
play
up
along.
and arms up, walk up to one of the guards.
same.
I
Okay.
kind of like just kind of sort of put my hands up and follow along.
You see as you get closer that all of these individuals seem to be in their armor or in their robes bearing the symbol of the Selesnya Conclave. However, the people bringing individuals out of the large group are dressed in white and blue, dark purple robes often, and all bearing the iconography of the Azuria Senate.
More fucking fantasy cops. This whole game is just cops. This is it.
We'd like to leave, please.
One of the wood plate mail soldiers walks up to you. What brought you to the carnival?
We didn't really know what it was, so we were gonna check it out. Turns out they're real evil people, sacrificing other people and stuff. It's pretty.
You didn't know what a
Interesting.
carnival was?
Nope. Mm-mm.
You know, curiosity killed the cat.
Almost.
Almost did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it killed some of the cats in that.
I'm an elf though.
Some rats and such.
Can we leave?
Motions towards one of the individuals in blue. They say they weren't aware of the carnival. Seems like a likely excuse. We'll have to have them talk to Jitty then.
To who?
And a moment later, that first soldier stepped away and walks back with a woman who her face is entirely blue, and she wears white robes that stretch over her head and very light armor. Glowing runes adorn her mantle as she steps up to you.
I'm trying to leave. These people are freaking crazy.
Yes, I hear you weren't aware of the carnival.
Well, like, we heard that there was a carnival, right? We thought it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to carnivals before, but they were all fun and good.
I'd never been to one.
They'd never involved sacrifice before.
I don't think I want to go
We'd
back to
certainly never
one.
been attacked in a carnival before. We barely escaped their lives.
You see, we're from one of the other districts. We haven't been to one of these before.
Harlan, it sticks out to you that she's not looking at you at all.
Why?
Just you?
What about me?
Harlan erasure.
If she's not looking at me at all, and I'm confident she's not going to notice, I'm going to kind of like, my hands are up, but I'm going to put them behind my head and do like a little bit of magiciness behind my head, and sort of, I'm casting message to Remora, and I'm saying, we didn't do anything wrong, so we should just play along with whatever they say. You can
Can
replay
I
this
talk?
message.
I mean,
He's making a perception.
for me, that's last case scenario. I don't trust them at all.
You hear a crackle of lightning from maybe 30 feet away, and you see as an individual whose armor over his robes is parted in the middle, leaving a large sphere, allowing it to create the image of the Boros Legion, this large armored minotaur standing at the end. No magic within the containment field.
Are you kidding me?
Is he addressing me, or is he just yelling?
He seems to be addressing you as he has yelled directly in your direction.
Well, I know that I just cast magic. I'm being a bitch. But do my compatriots realize that he's yelling at me, or is he just seem like
Remora
he's
can
being
hear
crazy?
your voice.
And I can figure it out.
Okay, not my compatriots. This person who's speaking with us and probably would not like me to be doing magic right now.
Sounds like he made it pretty clear that it was you.
I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't hear him.
How does Harlan feel about that?
I mean, embarrassed, but also like, I think that they have tried to play it cool when casting magic before, back at home or whatever, so I don't think that they are unexperienced with trying to pretend like they didn't notice that someone noticed that they were doing something.
But kind of like you got your hand caught in the cookie jar kind of thing, or non-remorseful, or...
It's like your parents know that all the cookies are gone, but you have two siblings, so
You still want to
maybe
point
it's
fingers.
gonna be okay. So you just don't say anything.
The woman looks at you for the first time.
We would just really like to get out of here because these people, I don't know if you know this, but they're insane.
She pulls out a small flip notebook. What are your names?
Angela,
That's not correct.
it is.
You can check our deed. It says Angela on it.
You can wait in the containment field.
Say your name. See if that works.
My name is Harlan Severino.
Harlan.
Have you walked away?
No, I'm standing here. I'm not going over there.
Are they pushing you away?
No,
Mm-mm.
Remora.
Remora.
Yeah, I see that. I'll point to my name. I don't really want to tell you. Why do you need to know my name?
This is a crime scene. It is required by law that we take note of everyone we interview.
You can't just put Angela.
That is not your name.
How do you know it's not my name?
I know many things. I can feel many things about the people I speak with. What I can feel most is guilt.
Ooh.
From the Rakdos, it comes across as a cackle. But from some, I hear it as a loud, omnipresent scream. And others, a repressed whisper.
I'd like to leave,
But I am
please.
a guilt mage.
Guilt mage.
Hey, what? Hold on.
You're my mom.
Are you my mom?
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Lawful good has reached a new peak. Oh my god. That's amazing.
the Catholic Church.
I'm just kind of like staring daggers at Raven. Like,
My name is fucking Raven.
These can go. Their guilt has no connection to what has transpired here.
okay. I kind of back away.
Thank you
She's fucking weird. Come on.
very much. Have a good day.
You're welcome, Harlan.
And then I bolt.
Once we get a little bit away, I'm gonna just like whisper at Raven, your stubbornness is gonna get us killed. You have to stop doing
She had
that.
no business knowing my name.
Yeah, clearly they had some business. I think they would have killed you if you kept arguing with them.
I told them my name, did I not?
That's like pulling nails. That's,
But I still did
yes,
it.
You did. Well, maybe you
So
learned
this
your
conversation
lesson.
is pointless.
I do think Remora does have a point because no one here knows anything about you and there's no way they could, so if you give them your name, it means nothing to them.
What do you know of the person that came from your world?
Oh, they pull out their notebook. His name was Dak Faden.
You know his name, and from his name, you've learned information. And you will continue to be able to learn information simply by knowing his name.
But the person is more than their name. You do not need to know a person's name to know something about them. It's just a label.
I mean, I think that you've done so little here that knowing your name is not going to be,
We don't know how long we'll be here.
ideally, briefly, correct?
I do not understand how we got here, so
All we have
I
to
know
do
less
is
about how we get home.
like peer into the fabric of the universe and just walk through it.
Is that easy? I want to try to go home.
I look into the fabric of the universe.
You take a moment, close your eyes, think of the open fields, think of the floating plains, think of the lighthouse. You feel a ripple, open your eyes, you're still on Ravnica.
Not that easy.
Maybe not for you. Let's go home.
I love it when Joey looks up like, hey.
Like, are you guys done being passive aggressive to each other?
Never.
Well, I wasn't sure if it, I thought that communication was going to continue, so.
No, I didn't.
I'm moving on home too.
Okay.
Well,
so-
Raven is such an open book.
Yeah.
So heading back to the house, there's no issue as you make your way further south, looping back on to the Transhill Promenade, make your way back past the plaza, or at least, again, the cratered remnants of what was once the plaza, and to your house.
What time is it?
It is now very late. The sun has set. It is very dark. There is light from several nearby buildings, and many of the businesses from their second stories hang lanterns. So the streets are well lit, but very little foot traffic.
Before I go to sleep, I want to go up to like the sky, like the roof.
Okay.
I just want to sit there and like look up at the stars.
I go straight to my room and shut the door, and I'm going to meditate in just the center of my bed and just try to center myself and reconnect to the ocean. See if I can find it, metaphorically.
Mm-hmm. As you meditate, you do feel that presence and almost a pull towards the sea you saw earlier. Your time on Ravnica, you've seen so little water that seeing that underground sea earlier, that waterway, does...
By Prism University.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your entire time in Ravnica has felt like shore leave, but now you almost have that view of... Now that you've had that sighting of water again, it kind of rejuvenates that passion, that drive.
I'm kind of like putzing around in my room for a little bit, like awkwardly waiting to listen for Raven to come back downstairs. When she eventually doesn't, I just assume that she came down, but she's super stealthy and quiet. And then I'm going to like kind of quietly go up the stairs and go up to the roof access.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's just I was hoping to come up here and spend some time charting. I just like point up at the stars, like these things.
This is what you do?
Sometimes, yeah.
When we first came, you said that this is the same sky from all the worlds.
I think so. It's hard to tell because it's a different angle, but I think I've recognized a couple of relationships.
It's a good thought. Not that far from home.
I don't think so, no.
Well, I'll let you do it.
Okay.
I'll go back. What?
Oh, okay. I thought we were just gonna stay up here together.
No, I was gonna go to my room.
Okay. And I guess I'll continue my quest to start mapping.
Okay.
And then after I've been up here for a while and it's like getting like late, you know that like headspace you get in when you're like it's late at night and you're like by yourself and you've been working on homework or something and you're just like
I'm the only person awake in the world right now.
I'm the only person awake in the world right now. And I'm just gonna close my eyes. And I'm gonna like really truly believe that I'm just gonna like shoot up into the sky and go home.
You imagine that platform, those stairs. You've made long journeys before. You feel like you can almost smell the shitty bakery down the road from your parents' house. And then you hear a bird call and you open your eyes, you're still on the roof.
Harvard, I told you to shut the fuck up.
Concentrating.
Implied that it was Harvard, but sure.
Maybe
It
if we
definitely
just
wasn't.
keep telling Joey about how we're thinking about going back, our characters will just one day will be like, yeah, fine, you fucking bamf. Roll into character.
Okay. And I guess I'm just gonna go to bed. Feel like an idiot.
And since everyone is going to sleep, you guys wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of hungry and I don't want to eat these nasty apples. Now that we have some money. Oh, I thought we were all awake. I'm going to the store.
What store?
I don't know, I'm going to walk outside and ask a passerby where the store is.
The store.
Where's the shop?
Give me
Walmart.
an investigation check. Actually, apply your charisma modifier instead of your intelligence modifier. to
Oh,
this investigation
no.
check. Like it is, you're looking into something, but it's more of a personal thing.
10.
Okay. So, very quickly, you are directed to both the cafe that you went to yesterday, the Cup and Steam.
No, not that one.
As well as a area, not all the way to 10th Street, but near 10th Street, where there's essentially a farmer's market. A lot of produce on display. There's also food available at several nearby restaurants that get pointed out to you. So,
Yeah, I will go to the smaller farmer's market.
okay.
Basically, to be like succinct, I'm just trying to buy like basic food stuff to keep at the house.
Okay.
That doesn't need refrigeration because we don't have a kitchen.
You'd be able to carry up to 20 days of rations, which you can purchase for a total of 10 Xeno.
Yep, that sounds like a plan, Stan.
What's happening back at the house during that time?
I'm just kind of casually waking up and then, like, I'm just going to eat the food they brought. And, kind of like generally, I'm, bringing a day's worth of rations from that food they deliver wherever we go, just in that bag.
Okay.
Gross.
I don't know.
That's nasty food.
I mean, you're kind of getting used to it. It's not that bad.
No, I'll
It's
eat
a
it.
It's like the smell's kind of the worst part, and smells a large percentage of taste. But once you get past that, it's fine.
There's a difference between eating it and wanting it splooshing around in your bag all day.
Splooshy is a good way to
Oh.
describe.
Okay. I'll think better of that and not do that.
No, you live your
Like
character's truth.
you hold a tangerine and you're like, it shouldn't be this squishy. Tangerine should be firmer than this.
Silent greenest people. This is gonna end bad for us.
Yeah.
Harlan is not a morning person. but I'm assuming they'll wake up before Raven gets home and notice that Raven is gone, and then come downstairs and be like, Remora! Raven is gone.
Raven's dead.
She is dead, probably in her room, dead, right now.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed.
I'm gonna go knock on her door. And I knock on her door really aggressively.
Oh my god, you're gonna get stuck by the bear trap.
I have a hit point.
There's no answer.
Remora, Raven's gone.
Well, maybe Raven just went out. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Every time we've left the house, we've almost died.
Okay. Is there a problem?
Yes!
I mean,
Very clearly there's a problem.
I feel like Raven
Can I
has
see,
a propensity to
like,
get herself in
I'm
trouble.
just being really-
So,
I'm walking really
Exactly.
quiet, so can I
well,
just
it's
walk
kind of
in
a big
and
city,
just let the-
and I didn't
Okay.
notice her leave. So, I can sit here and worry about it, or I can just take it easy. How about we go get some coffee?
No. And I go up the stairs and I go up to the roof access.
As you turn to go up the stairs, you see Raven just stocking food on the counter behind you.
Raven, where were you?
I got us food.
Oh, hey, Raven's back.
Do not go out alone. It's dangerous here.
You're telling me this.
Yes.
You see Raven laugh for the first time since you've ever known her.
I see
It's
the
not a laughing
food
matter.
on the back wall, and I look at the squishy thing in my hand and just kind of like throw it behind me.
I lay out like some dried meats and then
Well, I am very excited to see some proteiny food, so I'm just
yeah, I am assuming I got
attacking
some
the
like dried
dried meat.
meats and like bread or like crackers.
Dried meat.
dried
I
moose.
I was saying meats and food at the same time. It didn't go well. Dried meats, a lot of actually fresh vegetables.
Okay. Well, I'll set out like a little bit of everything. We need to eat well. We fought hard yesterday.
I'm eating a baguette, but I'm still like talking down at you, like don't leave by yourself. We need to practice the buddy system, or else we're going to get hurt.
There are three of us.
There are 3 of us, so we stay together. True.
My mouth is like stuck. Like 3 people can be voters.
There have been so many like vivid images in my mind of tonight's session.
I'm just like completely degrading myself eating food over here.
Well,
At least tell us when you're leaving by yourself.
you were asleep. I tried, and then you sleep very heavily. If somebody came in to kill you, you would definitely die. You did something along the lines of, and so I left.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This time you're okay, but
But
in
what?
the future, make sure I wake up and you tell me, or at least leave a note.
Or what?
What
Can
if
you
Harvey,
write a note? Can you do that?
what if Harvey went with us?
My note will be, stab, twist, stab.
Excellent.
Can Harvey
only
go
words
a
I
long way
know.
from you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
There
when you...
comes a knock at the door.
Ah! Okay, I go answer.
You see, as you answer the door, several Azorius soldiers, 2 on either side, the woman you met yesterday.
No!
You recognize G.
I open the door, then kind of jump back a little bit. Good morning?
We're here as a part of an investigation. And Judy just holds out her hand. May we come in?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
Come on in. We're just having breakfast.
It's GD.
Commander Gatsum will have to fill out an entry form. Do it so. And you see the man pull out a small clipboard that was latched at his side and starts filling out paperwork.
Please have
What
a
do you
seat
want?
On our cabinets. Make yourselves
Are you
at home.
running a shop?
No.
Judy looks around a little confused. You see her like really look at you for a moment.
I just really look at her.
Have you come here to judge our decor?
No, there's been a murder. I'm here as a part of the investigation.
There's been a murder in Savannah.
Oh, my stars and gutters.
Harlan faints.
Oh, sure, boss. I left something in my car. I'll be right back.
Wait,
That-
a murder in
A
Ravnica?
murder most foul.
There's been a murder in Ravnica.
A murder? What do you mean?
Yes. I was told that you were one of the last people to see the deceased before he died. I saw your name come across the desk this morning, so I personally took the case myself.
Who is dead?
One of the masters at Prism University.
No! No! No!
Intrigue.
No!
Plot.
Yeah, I don't know why they're reacting this way because we literally. met
Wait, that
them
was out of
last
character.
night.
Wait,
No, I think Harlan would do the same fucking thing.
Okay, no, I think Harlan would be, like, chill about it, but also be like,
Would they?
which master?
I don't think they'd be freaking out this bad.
Master Chemister Darda.
You killed Monroe's history teacher from.
Monroe's new best friend? This is when Harlan goes on a warpath.
In meetings with other masters this morning, one of them expressed that you had been directed towards Master Darda's office. We believe there's a chance that you were the last to see him alive, and that makes you an obvious suspect.
Yes, we spoke with him, but nothing seemed to be amiss at the time.
It's true. I was there.
We mostly talked history, and he said he would work out paperwork so I could come to the university when I needed to. I'm a mage, you see.
Kind of. They don't really like to.
That was some shade.
Harlan is still looking at Jedi or whatever, and
Oh no.
Harvey is just like giving you a death stare, like, bitch, what'd you say?
Stupid bird.
Would you let me in? And she holds out her hand like towards your head.
Oh.
She is a Vulcan. I just
She
kind
is
of
a
like
Catholic.
nod my head towards her like very slightly.
It's confession.
She
This
places-
is Catholicism.
She places her thumb on your temple, reaching her fingers down kind of past your ear. You see her eyes glow a bright blue for a moment before going full white. And you can feel something in your head, like memories as if they're being prodded. You were already thinking about Darda, remembering what happened yesterday, but those memories seem like they're being kind of pulled more forward. And all of that within an instant before she lets go. Takes a step back. You see one of the other armored individuals behind her pull out another clipboard and start taking notes. The first bit of paperwork, by the way, is still getting filled out. He's just flipped to the second page of whatever document he's working on. Just continue to just scribble away.
What did she just do to you?
I think you read my mind, right? Like it was like a...
I scanned certain events looking for any guilt that might be present there.
Yeah.
Well,
There was none.
As we told you.
And as I said yesterday, I hear some guilt scream loudly. I was nervous that I had accidentally let someone go who might have been involved in something.
Good thing you figured out you haven't.
Raven, why is she looking at you like that?
I am also now looking at Raven like that, like... not so much a knowing look as an inquisitive... What's up?
I said magic was stupid. I killed him. It was me. You caught me. You're the best detective in the whole world.
Were
see?
there any signs of distress from the master when you spoke with him yesterday?
You saw, he seemed fine.
Yeah,
Some
you-
elements are always blurred.
He seemed a little scattered, but I assumed it was just sort of, you know, one of those like mad genius things.
How did he die?
That information is private, unfortunately.
I just find it strange that there's this whole blood carnival thing, and this dude dies, and you're not investigating that,
Do you,
but us.
do you think he was caught up in that?
I can share no details of my investigation. The paperwork alone would take 2 weeks to fill out.
Well, then, we can share no further details with you.
Unless you would... I mean, we could help find him, like, as with the last people. to have spoken with him, and we considered him a fast friend.
The requisite forms for all such things have been held up for weeks. The Supreme Judge. Good day.
Wait,
She begins to turn away.
could you finish your sentence just before you go? What happened to the Supreme Judge?
All similar paperwork is being held up due to troubles within the Senate.
Okay.
What kind of troubles? We have nothing to do today. Perhaps we can be of some use.
If the paperwork is held up, then why not just let us come along and assist? No one has to know.
Protocols cannot simply be ignored.
But it sounds like the entire structure is falling apart.
And
in the
hence
meantime,
why
a
we must
murderer
act
is getting
quickly
away.
to maintain it.
That's interesting.
A murder of a prominent master of a mage school. That's
If we
no
allow
small thing.
protocol and order and law to fall aside, it would not be just one murder we'd have on our hands. We'd have pandemonium in the streets.
Pandemonium in the streets. What was last night?
Last
Good
night,
point.
the Guild Pact requires the existence of the cult of Rakdos. We
Why?
merely adjudicate when it gets out of hand.
But you knew it was going to get out of hand. We saw the guards.
Why must they be allowed to exist when they're
It
killing
is
innocent people?
The balance of the Guild Pact. That is not for us to question.
The Guild Pact sounds not helpful.
Well, it
Politics are
sounds like you are
complicated.
busy, so if you must leave, then be on your way.
I will. And she turns, and all the soldiers with her follow her. You notice that at some point during that whole ordeal, a third one has started frantically writing, filling out more paperwork. You can just see these long forms, the tiniest of print on every line, that they're checking different boxes, signing different areas, filling in certain descriptors.
I do not
Go.
like her. This is why I did not want to give her my name.
Stuck up bitch.
She knows too much about us, and you let her into your head.
Yeah.
And now she knows even more about you.
Who knows what she saw?
I am.
We don't
without
trust
guilt.
her.
That's like her thing. I'm not worried about it. I am concerned that this person was murdered. She seems like the best person to deal with it.
I just think you need to protect yourself better.
You're telling me that you are not interested in having our own little investigation?
That is not what I said.
Are you upset at all?
I think that our interaction with GD was totally within her rights, and she seems like she has things under control, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
GD aside, I would not be opposed to trekking our way to the west again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say?
I say,
This man was our best bet at getting home. So at the very
and
least,
now he's gone.
if his death is somehow involved with this planeswalker phenomenon, we might find some answers if we find out who killed him.
I'm not sure our time trying to get home is best served trying to track him down. He's dead, he's gone, the information is dead and gone with him.
His research still exists.
And Narset isn't dead.
And who?
His protege, Narset, the
planes-
planeswalker he used to work with.
Have we met him?
No,
Her.
she travels between worlds, and hasn't been in Ravnica for a while, but maybe if she heard that her professor was...
We don't even know how we got here, let alone how to send messages to people from other worlds.
Yes, but someone at the school might.
Fine, we'll go back to the start of school.
Well,
What day is it? 15? Daza?
Yeah, I'll have to check my notes, but that sounds... No, this would be the morning of the 16th of Daza.
I guess we should just go. We don't have any other leads.
I'm kind of curious, I'd like to walk by where the carnival was. Is it too far out of our way?
One is directly west, one is directly north.
Okay, no, never mind. I just wanted to see... What? I just wanted to see, like if it's walled off, if they're cleaning it up. I'm curious. But yeah, let's just head to the west.
My idea was when Marie was speaking to us, she mentioned that the Selesnya Conclave often has information about history
That's a good.
I was thinking possibly they would have information about the history of planewalkers.
And I would have to
The
admit
war.
that it wouldn't look good if we were caught returning to a potential scene of a crime.
True.
Even though they did look at your memories, they would find a way to lock us up.
It seems to me it's kind of impossible to lie to the Azorius Senate. So, as long as we're not doing anything wrong, I think we'll be okay.
It may be best. I do agree with Remora. It may be best to cool it.
Lay low.
Let's go up and maybe see if we can meet with someone at the conclave.
Is that like our understanding that the conclave specializes in history and like beast keeping?
Marie said they were in charge of preservation and of old things.
They may have information on even planeswalkers before the whatever
The invasion.
invasion.
One more thing is that we could go to the Izzet League and try to see if Zarek's investigations have turned anything up.
They've gotten us nowhere yet. I say we try someone new before we put all of our trust in one person at one guild.
At the very least, I think it would be wise to warn the Izzet League, because if someone was murdered less than 24 hours after speaking with us, there's a possibility we're very...
That is a fair point.
Let's see if he's learned anything from speaking with the bird.
I think we should go there.
I agree.
Sure.
Who knows, maybe Erica is there.
That is where he said he was going, I think.
He was interested in it, yes.
Yeah, but he can get up to the area all by himself.
Yeah, he's lucky. That's... Alright, so we need to find Grak.
Yeah, so
Apparently.
we're going to Nivix to see Grak.
Yes.
Okay.
And if we see that stuck-up butler, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
I don't think the person that spoke with us was a butler.
That he is to me.
I like that Remora is our resident anarchist.
So
We're
you
going to
guys
Nivix?
are heading towards Nivix.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I was thinking about stopping by the store if there's one on our way to get some paper and stuff, and then also some rope.
The only magic-related shop that you've seen has been Aljor's.
Alger would know Darda,
Would he?
right?
I don't know.
In my experience, all magic people just know each other.
What's the state of his building?
By this part in the morning, it is now 3 stories tall, and across the bottom floor you can see the sign, Aljor's Alchemy and Artifacts. Excuse me.
Do you want to go?
I think, since it's on our way, I'd like to stop in and get some parchment, and also, maybe we could ask him about Darda, if he knows anything.
Keep it on the down low. We don't know if we can trust him yet. We barely know him.
I mean, he did save Irikai's life.
Because we paid him.
He still did that.
He was paid for a service. He gave the elixir, and that was it.
Okay.
I'm just telling you to be careful.
I'm not saying he's a hero, I'm just saying he seems nice.
Okay.
He also seems like a useful ally to have.
I trust your judgment. Let's go.
Who are we talking about? I was looking at that
Aljor.
weird person
Aljor.
over there. Oh, okay.
Weird person? What?
I'm just watching the people in this world. They're strange. They're different from the people in my world.
That's Erica, she's the best.
Oh, Aljor, the shop guy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we were thinking about maybe trying to subtly ask him about Darda.
So,
Yeah, I can do that.
no.
I'll walk in the shop.
Oh boy.
So you walk down the road, you walk into the shop.
Know anything about this dead guy?
He turns, he was kind of hunched over the odd vials and alchemical setup he has on the far end of the counter. Turns back with a small mug.
What's that?
What?
Dead guy?
I don't think I've seen anyone dead recently.
Darda?
Sorry.
I was hoping to buy some parchment this morning.
Oh, now that I can do. Sorry, it's still a little early.
Oh, are you open? I'm sorry.
No, I am. Trust me, you couldn't get in if I wasn't.
All right. Understood.
That's interesting. How couldn't we get in?
Well, the shop's underground when I'm closed.
How did you do that?
Well, in the corners there, you can see the railing just lowers it down. Friends of mine in the league helped me install them, so when I'm just entertaining, people don't have to be going up the stairs. I can just let them into the second floor right away.
Is it mechanical or magical?
Mostly mechanical. Odd propulsion system. I understand that was originally developed for a non-flaming torch of sorts, but adapted instead to be lifting mechanism.
Fascinating. Awesome. But yeah, anyway, I would like, let's say, 100 gold worth of spellcraft
Whoa.
makery stuff. I don't know what you use to copy things in your spell.
Oh.
Or Xeno, sorry, Xeno.
Okay, I was like, what?
Oh, I have some special parchment, actually. It's created with inlined grain to more accurately capture all written engravings of magical writing to prevent any smudging or intervening lines from dragging or pulling away any residual ink so that it can create the finest and most direct imprints of all magical glyphs, runes, and other writings.
Harlan's getting a little excited here.
Harlan is nodding, like, knowingly, but is completely bullshitting this man. Like, Harlan has never heard of anything like that before.
Can I tell? Nope, I got an natural one.
So,
Oh, this is more complicated than I thought it
And
was.
pulls out from behind the desk just a small tray and just counts off 100 gold worth.
make it 50. I have a big day planned.
Perfectly fine. Do you need anything else while you're in the shop? We have a lot of wares in at present.
Do you have anything that would aid or have to do with navigation?
When you say navigation, do you mean in finding a path through the streets, or?
Kind of more in the conventional sense, just like general navigation. Like not quite navigator's tools, but anything a little more interesting.
Like a compass?
Like Google Maps.
Do you have Waze?
Do you have any apps here?
I don't think I have anything much like that, no. Most of my wares are more focused. Most of the potions, and he points over his shoulder at just like the 3 shelves filled with potions of different colors, are more for specialty purposes and meant to be used for very, very specified tasks. I do have wares that I've purchased from others and things in my shop, pointing around at the walls of wares, but I don't think there's anything that can really help with directions or anything like that, no.
Do I see any like swords or weapons on the wall?
Yes, behind the counter there are several weapons and things.
Outdoors weapons and things.
You can see a couple swords, bows, and one dagger with a lowered hilt. We would think of it as like a scythe. And there's also 2 large cylindrical apparatuses with triggers similar to that of a crossbow, but the cylinder, whatever the body of the thing is entirely self-contained.
What's that?
Oh, that's a pyroconverger. I have 2 of them at present. Are you interested in acquiring one?
What do they do?
They release fire wherever you point them.
How much are they?
I can let either pyroconverger go for 380 Xeno.
No, that was what I thought. What about these swords? Anything special about them?
A few. Most are just of a fine craftsmanship, but continuing on theme, this one, and he pulls down the largest of the swords, this just massive great sword, is capable of being lit afire as it's used in combat. A favorite of the Legion, is my understanding. And then puts that back up on the shelf. And then if you're looking for something smaller,
Yes.
this dagger is capable of dislocating an entire enemy.
Ugh.
How much for that one?
This piece is fairly unique. I would require a sum of 1,675 Xeno for it.
Shit!
Ooh, but write it down, because this guy lives on our street. We could come back literally whenever.
Do I
Never get
see
rich.
any like?
Of note, like, the weapons are something you would be drawn to, so even though it was brief your last trip here, you would recognize that dagger was not here last time you
Uh-huh.
were here.
Do I see any like kind of medium-sized curved weapons, curved swords, kind of like a falcon, but a little smaller?
Yes, but they were kind of included in his hand-waving of general weapons of good
Yeah.
craftsmanship.
That's fine. Okay, how much for one?
For one of these,
Mhm.
base price is 400, but if you want to move up to one of the finest craftsmanship, that would be 1,000 Xeno.
Have 100, so.
Can you do more quests?
You seem to have a lot of friends in town. Do you know anyone from Prism University?
I've worked during my time in the Combine. I spent several years studying at the university, yes.
Oh, so you know the dead guy?
Someone from the university?
Darda.
I can't say I do, no.
He was a professor, some kind of something or another, but yeah, he got murdered.
Do you know what kind of professor?
He specialized in wizardry at the evocation school.
No, I spend more of my days with Master Tamara. She's a master of biomancy and other transmutative magic.
Do you have anything we can do for you in exchange for a discount on some of your weapons?
I just know, I just run the shop. Usually if I need something taken care of, I can take care of it myself. And you see just like this giant figure built out of lean muscle in front of you, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it seems kind of dumb, but okay.
Often I'm more so the middleman. Many inventions from the League or the Combine or any of my friends in the other guilds, I'm their way of making money off of their inventions without having to waste their time selling. There's not really anything beyond that I would need help with, at least not at present.
Well, we're not from in town,
I'll keep you in mind.
and we don't really have any money.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know anybody who can give us money?
I know that there's often mercenary work within the church if you're looking for anything nearby, but there's always test associates needed within the Combine as well.
Okay, thank you for the tips.
No problem.
Let's keep moving.
Wait, before we go, you said you used to be a part of the Combine, but you're not anymore?
Right.
Did you leave on amicable terms, I assume?
Yes, just decided it wasn't for me. All day spent in a lab. Much better to make use of inventions, and I felt like I achieved everything I needed to while within the Combine.
I understand. Alright, thank you very much. Thank you for the paper. Have a good day.
You're welcome. If you need anything, again, feel free to stop by, especially if you manage to find work and pick up more coin.
To Nivix?
To Nivix.
Okay.
I mean, if he says anything that we come across on our way, there will be detours.
Yeah, that's true. I said no ladder detours.
Why not? That's literally
What
our
if we
group
see a
name.
ladder?
A ladder?
Oh my god, can that be a thing? We always climb down or up any ladder that we see.
God,
no matter
no.
where we are, no matter
No.
what we're doing.
If a ladder is described to us, there must always be something.
I'm
either
going
end.
up it or down it. No matter what.
It's a little
Actually,
awkward in your house that contains a ladder, though, isn't it?
I walk in and I just go up the ladder and then I'm like, alright, and come back down.
We've probably spent a lot more time on the roof than most people who have roof access in their homes do. So.
Okay. You make your way to Nivets. The large double doors are actually open today. You can see the large workshop area is as lively as it was last time you were here, and you can hear bubbling from both corners as you enter, as large vats of the golden whatever it is bubble in large glass cylinders that are probably like 5 feet in diameter, just massive structures built into both corners.
I'm gonna go up to someone working near one and ask, so what's in these cylinders?
Who do you get? You get.
The butler.
The butler.
He turns around and
Oh,
you
that
just
would be
stab
great.
him through the top of the
No,
face.
it is a different individual. Kind of hunched forward individual that, as you get to the front, actually has lizard-like features. This reptilian humanoid that turns.
Oh, these cylinders, what's in them?
Misium containers.
What's museum?
In English, please. In
Uh,
common.
Well, that's what we use to fuel all the inventions.
Oh, it's fuel. So, is this valuable here?
I mean, it's not really. This isn't a shop.
Is Marie
Who are you? Sorry, who are you?
Oh, we're here to see Grack.
Oh.
Everyone knows who we are.
It's a weird code word. It's like there's.
Oh, they're just
word.
gonna stab us.
When you say Grack, they just instant murder.
You see him like kind of shuffle away, his tail wagging behind him. He knocks several small contraptions off of desk nearby, and as they hit the ground, a lot of them whirl and just kind of shoot off, almost like a balloon that you've let go of, just randomly through the room.
Can I pick one up?
Oops. Well, no, it's
Oh.
going and it hits the ceiling and just kind of explodes. Time for the next test one, I guess. And it keeps going and eventually taps a large figure, this giant who has 2 large gauntlets rounded at the end, so no fist, just large cylindrical gauntlets, one on each hand,
It's
and
the
a
hammer
central
guy.
helmet.
Hammer hands.
And a central helmet with one large glowing blue eye hole.
Hello.
You wave, but you're maybe 20, 25 feet away. Taps him on the arm. Says something. You guys are too far away. And then that one turns and starts stomping off.
Alright, I follow him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
they'll be back. They'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So we're here?
Sure. Just be careful not to touch anything because you never know what's gonna go.
What's
Like-
around us, though?
Like you can see on the table closest to you, there's a couple tiny tubes of misium with brass tops and a small little structure that has holes all over it. It's rounded on all sides except the bottom. It's resting flat, and it looks like these holes are meant for these tubes to be plugged into. For what purpose, it's
Okay.
impossible to tell.
Can I
And
pick one up and kind of look at it and then try and put it in my pocket?
I was about to do that. I'm gonna.
I was also about to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna take the second one.
hey, no, leave that there.
Oh, I can't roll. Okay. Just looking at it.
Well, be very careful. It's very volatile.
What is this device?
Hmm?
This whole thing with the misium in it.
Oh, well, it was originally designed to be a pulverizer to create instantaneous holes in the ground. Just place it somewhere, power it up, and then it would immediately create a small area so that things could be easily installed or hollowed out for basements and things. But it turns out instead the force just pushed it up, so now it's being used for a propulsion unit for a flying device. At least that's the plan.
Ooh.
Jetpack. I want to build a jetpack. I have a backpack. I could put one on each side of my backpack.
Oh my god, I also have a backpack.
Jetpack.
Jetpack.
That's not
Jetpack.
how quest works.
Are you screaming jetpack? Like, what's happening?
No,
I
I'm
think
just
we're
screaming it at Joey.
Yeah.
Give us a jetpack.
I think if anybody's gonna get us a jetpack, it's definitely gonna be the Izzet League. So let's
Yeah.
just
Jetpack.
let's try to get on their good side or stay on their good side.
Or I'll
so that we
just
can
steal it
actually
so I can
get
make
it.
it.
And
Yeah,
you almost bought a
jetpack.
flamethrower from the Izzet League.
That's not how propulsion works.
I'm just saying, you almost bought a flamethrower from the Izzet League.
Oh, can we have the character arc for Raven where she just turns into Sigourney Weaver
gunslinger.
from Alien?
Yes. Yes.
Of note, like being here and waiting around for a moment, the things you do witness do not fill you with and things you have witnessed already do not fill you with the highest confidence in craftsmanship. The number of things that explode or seem incapable of fulfilling the task they are built for, as everything you've heard about so far actually has been something that was originally built for something else and is now being used for an entirely different purpose.
Most inventions are accidental.
You can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs.
And
They really suck at this.
eventually, two goblins come walking up to you, one of whom you recognize as Marie. The other one has these big ears that kind of point up and almost they point towards one another, not quite making contact over the top of his bald head. And he's
You're
got
bald.
this big grin on, and he's carrying a small satchel that seems to hum as he just walks with it.
Is there money in that?
No, this is my, well, it was going to be a music box, but it turns out it just hums like that, and we're thinking that it might be useful for, instead of making loud sounds, making sleeping sounds.
Oh.
Quiet! I'm here now. You didn't need to follow me here. Go! Okay. Well, it was nice seeing you guys.
Oh, hi.
Nice to meet you, Greg. Harlan, by the way.
It's
Names.
Harrison.
Names are a tricky business.
It
So-
seems like just for me.
Yeah.
So what's the deal?
What's your deal?
No, we're here to ask you that.
What?
Have you figured out how we can go home yet?
Exactly. We're just waiting.
Oh, it looks like no.
I wouldn't tell her that.
How much
I just
longer?
Oh, the project's been shut down. We just have no idea.
What do you mean it's been shut down?
I mean, we couldn't figure it out, and
And you're just going to give up.
there's been no problems caused by it, so
Other than the fact that we've been ripped from our homes and we're in this crazy place with these stupid guilds and a carnival where people were being sacrificed.
oh yeah, I wouldn't go to the carnival.
And one of the professors of Prism University is dead, presumably because we spoke with him.
Well, that is unfortunate, but ultimately, it seems like whatever it is has no connection to the war, no connection to any bigger plot, and no connection to any of the individuals that we're trying to hunt down. So
Wait, who are you trying to hunt down?
there are some tricky individuals who came here during the war, and Master Zarek and a couple of others are currently in the process of trying to hunt them down for essentially killing a bunch of people. And that takes priority, and the whole blister coil situation takes priority, and everything kind of takes priority over some random people coming to town.
What about the things that matter on our worlds that we're responsible for? That now you are responsible for.
I'm not responsible for them.
You are.
Listen.
You said your league would be letting us get home.
I said we'd look into it. We have. And
You're lying.
when Master Zarek returns, he'll probably have some more ideas. But until then,
Where's Master Zarek? We would love to speak with him.
he's not here at the moment.
You said that several days ago. Where is he?
He's still wherever he was then.
Where did he go?
I don't know.
What kind of place is this? Incompetent.
Well, no. We do the best with what we have, and we have actually maintained a series of very intricate systems. But this isn't really our specialty or priority.
I don't know how much Master Zarek trusts you with information, but according to him, I was
Very little.
quite
I can
useful
see
in the
why.
search for some specific individuals. And I don't think he would appreciate you breaking ties with us.
I'm not breaking ties.
It sounds like you are.
Yeah,
I'm
it feels like
saying
you are.
that we don't know. There's nothing else we can do. It's like, okay, so one time we made this device to track people.
And then it broke and it didn't work because that's what happens with everything you make. And I'll turn around and I'll knock something off the table and I'm gonna walk out.
Just fireball everybody.
Can I get everyone to make a dexterity save?
Damn it.
We earned this.
Oh boy, 7.
14.
18.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Did Raven just kill me?
Well, I do need you to take 13 points of fire damage. The other two of you take 6 points of fire damage. Marie takes 6 points of fire damage. Ah! Everyone turns and looks. Back to business, back to business. Okay, listen. I can understand why your friend's angry. I'm not saying we won't eventually help. I'm saying that there's no extra progress that can be made right now, and that's not my fault. There's just nothing else that can be done. I don't know how you got here any more than you do, so you can't make any more progress. I can't make any more progress. Okay? Master Zarek might have some ideas. He said he was going to look into it, and when he returns, I'm sure something will happen.
And when he returns, you will contact us.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes, I might send Crack instead of coming myself, but yes.
Is she bullshitting me?
Make an insight check.
22?
You get the impression that she's truthful, but you get the impression as well that she really doesn't care. Like, she says she might have to send Grack. You are pretty confident that she will be sending Grack to come get you.
Or, every day we don't hear something, we could just, walk in here and knock something off the table.
That was already my plan, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can both do one. Every day.
Listen, threatening mad mages is not a good idea. We blow ourselves up all the time.
We have a mad mage. They're quite mad.
We build...
This is them mad. Can you see
Currently
this?
mad.
This is them mad.
We built a slingshot and bucket to get to the top of a tower less than 6 months ago. There were a few broken limbs, sure, but it worked perfectly fine. You don't want to mess with me.
Marie, I appreciate all the help you've given us up until this point, and we will be in touch very soon.
Very soon.
I'll be in touch, like I said, if I hear anything. I'm sorry that I don't know any more than you do about these other places and how to get to them.
While we're
Is she
stuck,
bullshitting?
while we're stuck here, is there any way that we can make a living or just survive? Because we're stuck living in the rundown house you gave us with barely any money.
Which is perfectly good house. I give her kind of like a, come on, look, like, we're not burning this bridge.
It's in a good part of town. We just need someone to live in it so that it doesn't revert back property rights. We got lucky where it landed.
Oh, so squatters. Okay. We're squatters.
Yeah.
Well, there is one small issue that if you wanted to help with, I could work out a contract. So, I'm an elementalist. I work on a lot of elemental affairs, and that includes part of maintaining the blister coils. These elemental creatures, and 4 of them have gone missing. They're not showing up on any of the scans, any networks. The other blister coils can't find them. Normally, they're very good at finding one another. They're all up, should be attuned the same way, but 4 of them have just gone missing. So if you could keep an eye out, and if you're able to find them, that'd be great. They broke out of a containment facility. They were supposed to be shipped to Precinct 12, sorry, she doesn't say that. She says District 12.
What exactly are blister coils?
She looks around. Wavo! Send over one of the coils. And you see this human man in the corner. His hair, it's not a mohawk, it's like a bihawk because it's two long streaks of just black hair across his head. And it like ducks under a table, comes up, pushes a button, and you can see this bit of the ceiling begin to, like a skylight, just peel back, and this blue glowing ectoplasmic goop falls from the ceiling, lands with a loud squish on one of the tables, and it slowly starts to reconstitute and stands up, and it's wearing somehow this golden armor around its mantle and or around its shoulders and chest, and it's just this humanoid standing, 2 arms, 2 legs, 1 head, but it seems to be entirely constructed out of this blue and red glowing ectoplasmic goop.
And you said that these are able to detect each other.
Normally, I mean, they're kind of like working drones. They do what we need them to do.
Are they sentient in the way you and I are?
No. Probably not.
Do you
No.
think it would help us find them if one of them came with us?
Well, that's what I was saying. We've sent out several groups, and none of them seem to be able to find one another. They just wander aimlessly when looking because they don't seem to read them wherever they are. The attunement's off.
Where is this depot that they broke out of?
It's still here in Precinct 4, just northwest of here, not quite towards Sunhome.
Okay.
This is in character, looking at Remora and kind of like subtly shaking my head, like, I don't.
Alright, thank you for the tip. I guess we'll go.
We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah. We'll go.
Okay. I appreciate that. Sorry I don't know everything, so I'm not able to help with problems. Again, I only found out about people like you, or people like you, 6 months ago. So, it's been difficult adjustment.
I understand. Have a good day, Murray.
Thanks.
I kind of like do my best like imitation of like a confident strut out of there, and then as soon as we leave the threshold, I'm like sweating and like heavy breathing, like
Confrontation.
I've been outside kicking rocks.
Actually, you have been outside. Let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check for me.
Just her?
Yep.
21.
Okay. So you notice that some cloaked figure has been peeking around a corner, looking at you, and then ducking back behind. Peeking out, looking at you, and then ducking back behind.
Can I try and sneak up on them? Like, is it like a pattern? Like they're doing it like every few minutes?
About every minute, yeah.
As soon as they duck behind, I would like to sneak up and try and be there so I can grab them when they peek back around.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
21.
Okay. You round the corner. You come onto a very busy street. At the far end of the street, maybe 50-ish feet away, you can see a patrol of the Boros Legion kind of walking away from you further north. And you see no sign of the cloaked individual.
I'll walk back and stand outside of the weird building we're in, but I have my hand on my weapon the whole time.
Okay.
As I'm walking towards the door, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
well, that was productive.
Oh, boy. What are we going to do?
Shh. We're not safe. We're being followed.
What did I say about going off on your own?
I've been out
She's right here. What are you talking about?
She was off on her own. She abandoned us.
You literally saw me leave the building. Anyways, we're being followed. Come on, we need to move.
Sure.
Okay. And you saw... What did you see?
Person, that direction, peeking around the corner. I went to investigate. Nothing's there. I'm pretty sure I wasn't able to be detected, but...
What do you suggest? Do you want to send your bird?
I can summon my bird.
Yeah.
I can.
Have it fly kind of high up.
Just trail us. Let's take a lap.
No, or maybe have it go first so it doesn't alert.
I'll have my burb take a lap. Super
What do you-
subtle style.
No, I mean, we do a lap. like lets us walk around the streets for like a half hour.
Oh, gotcha.
And have the bird trail up above us and behind us to keep an eye out and see if it can see anybody trailing us,
Yeah.
following us.
Sounds good.
Which one of you wants to lock arms with me and guide me through the streets?
Oh, I will.
Okay. Excellent.
Was that a real question?
Well, what? Oh, yeah.
Hey, which direction are you guys going?
I guess
Let's-
around this area.
Yeah.
Let's head the direction that I had seen the figure like disappear to, towards that busy street.
Okay, cool.
Maybe do like a big loop.
Cool. Harlan, make a perception check for your bird for me.
I can't remember. Do hawks get perception bonus?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe they have insight.
I guess I should look them up. Anyway.
No.
Oh, it's okay. It's really good.
I don't know what his bonus is. I need to print it out. Okay, perception plus 4, so 23.
So, he sees a lot of things. He
He
sees...
sees too much.
He does see fighting happening
No, my pure boy.
about 2 blocks north of where you currently are. It looks like rabid individuals, large scaled individuals, and giants tearing away at Boros soldiers, and Boros soldiers fighting back, lightning coming shooting out of their hands into these individuals, and fire shortly behind as he sees that conflict there. You're very close to 10th Street, so sees a lot of trading going on in that market, and looking out for people. You don't see anyone you recognize. You don't see anyone following. Actually, you don't see anyone following you. You do see someone you recognize.
Oh?
You see Erica on 10th Street.
Wait, Erica's a real person?
Erica's the lady we talked to at the coffee shop.
Oh, God, the
So
human.
technically, you do see someone you recognize.
How is she?
She is running a little stand where she is selling dresses, scarves, shirts,
Cute.
all
I want a scarf.
very clearly handmade.
Aw, she runs a boutique.
I know.
Yeah, remember, you guys were on 10th Street briefly the day prior, but it's a lot of very small shops, mostly just 1 or 2 people working them, open air stands.
So how long do we do this?
I was thinking like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Like half hour.
Kind of see what's happening.
Alright, so I don't see anything... I'm not going to tell you guys about the fighting, because you'll be like, oh, we have to save them.
No, I wouldn't. No.
The one time I play a character who's like kind of like lawful, you guys.
It's terrible, we hate it. Oh.
The one time I'm like, let's save people and like protect them.
I don't think a legion can take care of themselves.
See?
Your character doesn't even need to worry about it, because Harlan's not telling you. No one's following us. Do you know Erica runs a boutique?
Who?
Erica, who we met at the coffee shop.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
It's pretty cute. She's got like some nice dresses and stuff.
Aw.
Yeah.
She's the human who doesn't belong to a guild.
Yes.
Hmm.
She's very
You
nice.
said she had like, what did she have?
Dresses and scarves and such.
Nice clothes.
We can go.
Sure, might as well.
Yeah, nothing better to do.
I'd also like to buy some rope while we're out, so 10th Street might be a good place for that.
Did you check to see if Alger had rope?
I don't need like magical rope or anything.
You might have rope.
I'd like a new scarf. This one's getting kind of dirty.
I
There's,
looked
like,
I looked
blood
at my
and dirt
clothes.
across.
And I just like dust them off. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds great.
So, if you're keeping your eyes out while you walk the street, you'll very easily be able to find a small stall where you can buy rope if you would like.
How much does rope cost?
1 Xeno for 50 feet.
Okay.
And then you're heading towards Erica's shop afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You arrive.
That's why I'm looking at you expectantly.
Oh, hi. You're the people from the cafe the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. Are you guys doing okay? You don't... Something happened?
No,
Why?
never better.
Why do you say that?
You look like soot covered.
It's been a couple of days. It's
Well,
been
we were sweeping some chimneys.
Oh.
How much are scarves?
Oh, for one of these, it would be 2 Xeno.
What colors does she have?
So they are all very bright. Yellow, orange, red, and white.
Are these the only colors you have?
Yes. If you want a custom job, I can try to get some different colors.
No, it's okay. I'll take the white one.
Oh, okay. Very excitedly takes it down, carefully folds it, hands it across to you.
Take it and shove it in my bag.
Did you have any like short, capes, kind of like shawls wrap around your shoulders, kind of deals?
Yeah,
What colors?
only in red.
Not really my color.
Get a custom one.
How much for a custom one?
Same price. For those, it's 3 Xeno, but it would take a couple of days.
Could you do one in maybe like a dark purple?
I could do that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be great. Are you here most days?
I'm here every day. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
You say 2 days or so?
yeah. It should be ready by the 18th.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be back in a couple days. 3 Xeno.
Yeah.
Alright.
If y'all wanted me to redraw your character portraits, I could have just done it. It's fine.
No, it's okay. It wouldn't make sense for a sailor to have, a cute little shawl.
She did originally have a short cape on her character description page, and then she was like, no, it's too extra.
It's a
Too.
And then she saw my bitch wearing a whole ass cape every day of their life.
You want anything?
Oh, no.
Thank you.
No problem. If you ever need anything else or ever just want to talk, I'm here. We're neighbors after all.
Hey, Erica.
Yeah?
Have you seen any Azorius folks around here today after this, they visited our house?
Hmm?
Azorius people. People from the Azorius Senate. Those folks.
Oh, when I went to the cafe this morning, there were a couple poking about on the street, I remember. Just some arresters out. I mean, pretty standard though.
Okay.
We live pretty close to New Prov, so.
Thank you. See ya.
Oh, bye. Is your plan to return to the house, or?
I think we
so.
need to kind of group up and talk about what next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have any leads.
Not really.
We
I
could do
mean, we
Roy's
have
thing.
plenty of places we can look around and just like see what's there, but we don't have any leads on what to do next.
We could go back to the university and talk to Brindle.
I think that. I mean, as long as we avoid detection by, official investigators, I think that might be a good idea.
I'm just so stealthy, so it'd be great.
Oh, so stealthy. You and your bird.
So stealthy.
So stealthy.
Hey, I'm proficient in stealth. I forgot about that.
Seriously?
Why? Because you can't get rid of rogue.
No, it's a
You
backstory
always
thing.
need a little bit of rogue.
What'd you say?
It's a backstory thing.
Okay, so we'll pick up next time with a trip back to Prism University.
Yes!
Yeah, let's
Let's go to school.
Let's get it.
Coolio.
Let's go back to school.
Mm.